Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye on the participants list. I want a lot of people to join. I want lots and lots.
I hope a lot of people join too. I wish I had 2 computer screens. That's the only thing I feel like I'm lacking up here.
All right, we'll give it a couple more minutes to get some more people joining. Looks like we have one has joined us.
Gotta remember to mute my phone. It always seems to go off.
We will just give this a couple more minutes to see if we're going to have any other people join us for our beautiful Madison plan today.
It is the coolest Madison I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, she is cute.
Oh, adorable.
Yeah, I know. When I first saw the video, I was like, I'd live there. I'll take that.
I take the land and the house.
Yeah. Perfect. We'll give it one more minute, and then just for everybody who's joining us, this is completely live, so please feel free to ask questions throughout the presentation. The only thing that we would ask is that you please use the Q&A section rather than the chat, just because the Q&A is all real time and sometimes the chat is a little bit laggy. So please drop those into the Q&A as we're working through this presentation, and then Brenda and myself will get all those questions answered for you.
Yes, and we love questions. So if you can think of it, please ask, because this is your time to get anything that you might be curious about Adair Homes answered.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, wonderful. We'll get going here in just a second. On this smoky, crisp Tuesday afternoon. All right, what do you think, Brenda? You want to go ahead and get going?
Yeah, I think it's great. Let's go for it.
Perfect. Okay, so for everybody who's joined us, thank you for tuning in to our presentation today. So we are going to be doing a walkthrough of a beautiful Madison plan that is built in Ellensburg, Washington. And so before we start diving into everything, we're just going to quickly introduce ourselves. So my name is Sarah. I am a homeownership counselor with Adair, and I work out of the Woodland branch, which services all of Southwest Washington. A year ago, I was working out of the Yakima branch, so that is where the home today is going to come from, out of the Yakima area. Again, it's built in Ellensburg, and then I have my co-host Brenda, which I'll let her go ahead and introduce herself.
Hey guys, I'm Brenda Lukes, and I'm also a homeownership counselor with Sarah at the Woodland branch. So if I will address any questions, and I just want you to know, please ask anything that comes to your mind. It doesn't have to be on the topic that we are discussing, but we love questions, and it's your time to get those answers.
Perfect. So with that, we'll go ahead, we'll get started. What we're going to start with today is just a quick view of this floor plan, of how it sits on our website, and how you can interact with this website and look at the pricing for everything. So the home that we're showing today is going to be the Madison home floor plan. So this floor plan comes in just shy of 2,500 square feet. So we're 2,449 square feet on this home. It is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home. And this is a home where we have open concept in the center, and then you've got your primary suite on one side of the house and all of the bedrooms on the other side of the house. Few things I'll touch on here is all of our plans can be mirrored of itself. So in this particular picture, we see the garage on the right side of the home that can be altered based on how your driveway needs to come up or how your lot looks. And then another thing to note about all of our plans is everything can be modified. So we're gonna peek into these customers' floor plan and look at all of the changes they made to the home. So it's always great to know that when you're looking through the website, if there's a home that you like, but it's just not quite checking all your boxes, you can always modify the home to make those changes so that the functionality fits what you'd like to see in your house. This floor plan has a lot of great aspects in regards to a large breezeway utility room. You've got lots of good storage on this plan. And then of course, as we'll see for this particular home, this one really bodes nicely for customers who have a view. So we've got our great room, our dining room, our primary, all looking out onto anything that might be in your backyard. So we come down on the floor plan, and then of course we've got a whole handful of different exterior looks you can choose for any of our homes. This is just going to be based on your preference and what you would like to see for the exterior of the home. Naturally, each of them do just come at a little bit different of a price point based on the materials used on the exterior. However, nothing will change on the inside of the home. Okay. You come down a little further, and then naturally you can look at pictures, which is always very helpful to be able to look at the quality and what the finished product looks like. And then this is where all of the pricing is going to be located. So you can see the different price points for those different exteriors. Of course, can see the specs for the floor plan again, and then see a few things that it offers. Anything you'd like to add?
Our website is so robust.
It is very hands-on, this website. So, and everything, like I said, is transparent. So all the pricing is going to be there, pictures of our previous homes, videos of homes. It's very hands-on. So when you're going through this process, if you haven't quite met with a homeownership counselor yet, and you're just still in your research, the website's going to be a great portal for you to look through the plans, kind of get an understanding for which ones you like that fit in your budget. And then naturally, once you're ready and you schedule an appointment with a home ownership counselor, we can dissect that plan together and go over any kind of big ideas you have or any changes you want to make. Perfect. So with that, we'll go ahead, we'll dive in to the Madison that we're going to be looking at today. So when you're working with your homeownership counselor, like I mentioned, we'll be able to make all the changes that you want to the floor plan. These customers did make a handful of changes, which I'll go over. And then naturally, as part of that process, you get a floor plan just like this that has your name on it with all of the changes present so that you can physically touch your floor plan before moving on into the build portion of a project. So some big items that these customers decided to go with is they did add a third bay garage. So we're seeing that here off to the left side. So very important for them to have extra storage. So they went ahead and added that third bay. Another item, they've got the 2 bedrooms over here on the right, but they didn't have a need for 4. And they've got 2 little kids. So they decided to transition this bedroom in the back side of the home to be a bonus room or a playroom, and all of those things to keep their kids' stuff all organized and in one location. Another big thing I'll point out is, like we saw on the website, this floor plan doesn't necessarily have a pantry, just as is. Of course, there is a pantry that we can add to this home if you'd like, or with these particular customers, we got really creative. So we've got these storage closets here at the end of the hallway, which they did not have a need for. So we actually flip-flopped the location of the half bath and those closets so that we could introduce this 4-shelf pantry just across from the kitchen for them to use for all of their storage needs. So
Perfect, lovely.
it is, yeah, so you can play with the plan, kind of understand what the functionality is that you need for your family, and we'll go from there. They also transition the island. So in the original floor plan, you've got sort of a triangle shaped island or a curved island. Some people love that island, and some people would just prefer something a little bit more straight edge. And so these customers swapped it out for more of a rectangle island, and then did keep the sink in that space as well. Very unique vault on this home. So we're gonna walk in the house, you're gonna see it right away. It's a huge showpiece for this house. And so that vault's gonna run straight through the home, straight through the patio cover, and you're just gonna be able to see their complete view as soon as you walk into the house. Okay, any questions or anything you'd like to add, Brenda?
Nope, not at this point. I love the fact that they did that bonus room though. That's so fantastic because all the kids' toys can be jammed in there and their house can look pristine.
Yes, yeah. Yep,
Oh,
they've got, which is always nice. And then we kept the den. So she's got a nice little workspace up here in the front of the house. But oh yeah, a bonus room, it's a must for sure. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this down so I can get to the video. We're gonna make it big again. All right, so we'll go ahead.
Wow.
Yes, wow. So this, once again, like I said, is in Ellensburg. These customers are on 80 acres, so it is going to be very vast. No neighbors. Within a mile or so. So great showpiece here. They went with the Craftsman exterior on their home. And so with the Craftsman, you get 2 different types of siding. And then you also have the cedar shake up in the gables of the home. And then you've got tongue and groove pine underneath all of your patio covers. So these customers, because they were a little while back, and when they signed their contracts and such, they did paint this house themselves. That is now something that is included in our base prices. But because of the time they signed their contracts, this was something that they painted. So we've got a white home, and then we kept the wood look. So pops. I've driven by this house, so it just, wow. Yeah, Brenda?
Hey, Sarah, what's the siding material on the exterior of the home?
Absolutely. So it's going to be a James Hardy concrete fiber. So it's hard to see in this picture because it is all white, but you're going to receive a lap siding on the bottom of the home when you go with Craftsman. And that's going to be that Hardy board concrete fiber siding. And then up in the top areas is a board and bat Hardy siding as well. So all Hardy on the exterior on your siding, and then this one of course has the cedar shake up in the gables. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started.
Boy, there's not much like that.
Yeah, wide open spaces. So here's that vault that we talked about. So beautiful, dramatic entry. We've got this wonderful vault running through the home from the front door all the way through to the sliding glass door. The customers got creative in how they reconfigured their sliding glass door and their existing windows to create this showpiece. And then with that, to make the vault a more dramatic, we added these transom windows above. And then, like I said previously, this patio cover follows that same vault. So it just goes completely out the back of the home. So definitely gorgeous. It's a little foggy when this video was taken, but they do have a wonderful view of Mount Rainier right outside the back of their home. So that was the purpose, to capture that view for them. I'm going to take it back just a little bit. These customers are doing a pellet stove. So they have, of course, done the surround around the location of where they're going to place it, but they're still waiting on a few things. So just when you see this, that's what that's going to be for in the future. We're going to swing around. So this is the great room and dining room space of the home, and we swing
Hey, Sarah,
around now.
quick question.
Yeah.
Does Adair Homes install pellet stoves and wood burning stoves as well as gas?
Of course, yep. So all of those are going to be free game for all of our customers. It just really depends on what type of heat source you're looking for, what type of unit you're wanting to have in regards to design, because naturally there's a wood stove or there's wood burning inserts, this or that. So all of those are in the realm of possible. It just depends on what your budget allocation for that looks like and what you'd like the final design to look like. But those are all things that you would work through with your home ownership counselor to understand what your design preferences are, what type of unit you'd like to see. And then we go ahead and we're going to price all that for you. So then based on that pricing, you'll be able to determine if you love it and you're moving forward with it, or maybe you'll switch the design a little bit to be a little bit more budget friendly.
Thank you.
Of course. So now with this, we've turned around and we're looking at the kitchen. So here's that beautiful rectangle island that they went with, and then they did decide to keep part of it white. So very much a country chic style home. I mean, given that it is in Ellensburg and it is on 80 acres, definitely makes sense for the style. We do have a handful of standards in this kitchen and then a handful of upgrades. So we're going to get a little closer and zoom in. So in this kitchen, we're going to see beautiful all white quartz countertops. We're also going to see this beautiful farm sink that we have here in the island. A few other things I'll pause as we get to a good spot. Perfect. So these are a standard cabinet. So the customer did not allocate anything to in realm of the cabinet. So this is a shaker door in one of our stains. And so that is what they went with. And then we also, it's hard to see because we do have a lot of white, but there's a beautiful large white backsplash in this space on the home. This is a 3-inch tall by 12-inch across subway tile that we went with in this space. And then we also have some free floating shelves, which was a great touch. This is something that was provided by our cabinet company. So it was very important for the customer to have these shelves, but to have the shelves match the rest of their cabinet selection. So once again, just work with your home ownership counselor to kind of understand your design preferences, and then we can take it over from there.
Sarah, are these 9-foot ceilings as well?
These are 9-foot ceilings. So we went with the reverse vault on this plan as well as the 9-foot ceiling. So with that 9-foot ceiling, of course, it is big and bold, which is amazing. And then for Adair, we take that 9-foot ceiling and sort of make it an all-inclusive package. So when any of our customers go with the 9-foot plate height, you are automatically going to get a higher garage door. You're going to automatically get higher windows, and then you're also going to automatically get higher cabinets. So everything will grow with that plate height. I'm going to pause here real quick and touch on their floors. So in this space, we're seeing a beautiful wood looking floor. So the customers did allocate to upgrade to a plank laminate style flooring. And so that's what we're going to see in the hallways and in this kitchen, great room and dining room space. The only thing I'll point out, we don't carry this throughout. And a big reason why is because the laminate, it's a great product. It's just not certified waterproof. So we can introduce this in some really great areas of the home. It's just not something we can place in the bathroom on a home.
Are those lights something that I can get?
That's a great question. So with Adair, we are pretty flexible with customers when it comes to design preferences. So these particular customers already had their chandelier and already had the pendants that we saw just a little while back. So instead of installing something for them to just take down, we went ahead and we just pre-wired for all of these fixtures and then allowed the customer to then connect their lighting units to the pre-wire we already had in the home. And for this house, that is the case for the chandelier and for these ceiling fans that we see and for the pennant lights that were above the island.
Thank you.
Of course. Another thing I'll point out is these customers did go with the Craftsman trim. So everything is trimmed out in the Craftsman trim style. And then we also went with full wrap windows. So every window in this home, even the transom, is wrapped in the Craftsman trim. And then we'll see that Craftsman trim carry through with all of their bases and their door openings and so on. Okay, one thing else I'll point out, so this stove, customers with Adair can either choose to have the appliances that come in our base price, or we can also deduct those appliances and customers can supply their own. So when we deduct the appliances, yes, you'll see a credit for those items. But when selecting the appliances you want for your home, it's really important to have great conversations with your homeownership counselor about what those appliances look like, because we want to make sure when you buy them and put them in your house that they fit. So understanding those spec sheets, how much space we need, is it gas, is it electric, all of those things are just great conversations to have with your homeownership counselor.
Okay, so you're saying that is a customer supplied stove
Correct.
and cook or head vent?
Correct.
It's so nice. It's very flat. Okay.
Yes. So they had a certain preference on what they wanted to see. And so then they decided to deduct and supply their own. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take a walk into the primary suite on this home. So really great bedroom size on this primary suite. We are 17 by 13 on this particular home. I'm gonna pause right here to touch on a few things in this space. So we carried the same cabinets into all of the bathrooms. And then the same countertop that was in the kitchen is also going to be present in the bathrooms. We've got a very unique upgraded backsplash here underneath the mirror. And then we do have that luxury vinyl plank tile style flooring in this space. So this is a great product for customers. It has a great tile look at a little lower price point than tile. And then it is 100% waterproof. So this is a flooring that can go in your whole home.
Hey, Sarah, can you talk a little bit about the lights in this bathroom and the finishes on the, yeah, because it's different today.
It is different today. So this home was put into contracts in 2021 in about February. So back on those contracts, our standards were chrome. However, that is not the case anymore. So we're seeing chrome for these plumbing units. However, in today's world, we're going to be all brushed nickel. So everything in the home in regards to your plumbing, your lighting, your bath accessories, everything like that is all going to be brushed nickel. And then to go hand in hand with that, this lighting is also different today. So today's lighting is going to be a little bit more clean and modern in regards to what those fixtures look like, and not so much like a come up and hang down sort of style. I can actually, once we kind of wrap up this video, we can look at a handful of the standards for today's market.
And if you have two sinks, you will receive two lights instead of the one bar light above.
That is correct, yes. These customers also went with rectangular undermounted sink. So really great touch there. When it comes to an undermount sink, it does need to be paired with either a quartz or a granite to ensure the waterproofing on that. So definitely a great touch. It just needs to go with a granite or a quartz countertop. Okay, we're gonna transition over to this beautiful tub. So this is a freestanding garden tub that these customers went with. And then they also chose a floor mounted tub filler. And so beautiful addition to the home. You'll notice that this plumbing right here is matte black. Ultimately down the road, the customer will have all matte black plumbing in the home, but because of the uniqueness of this unit, they decided to go ahead and just start it with matte black instead of replacing it later down the road. The customers did also just go with the standard walk-in fiberglass shower. So we're not going to get a great shot of it, but it's right here. So it's just going to sit on the other side of the wall as the tub. You have a question, Brenda?
No, my dog just barked. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
okay. No worries. So on any of our plans that are about 2,000 square feet and above are automatically going to come with a walk-in fiberglass shower and a drop-in soaker tub with a tile deck and tile surround automatically in the base price. So these customers left the shower as is. Fiberglass worked for them, but then they really wanted this tub. So we went ahead and did that upgrade for them.
Do we do tiled showers?
We absolutely do. So customers can get really creative when it comes to a tile shower. Naturally, you can have either a fiberglass pan or you can have a mud set tile floor. We can do curbless. So that's always great, especially if you are maybe the primary caregiver for somebody or anybody has, needs assistance when it comes to those things. You can do a single shower head. You can do dual shower heads. We can introduce shower benches. Really, the potential in there is pretty vast for what you'd like your shower to look like. Master closet here. So shelf and pole is going to be standard in all of our closets. We don't do any of the wire shelving or anything like that. So what you saw there is what comes standard. We're going to transition. I'm going to pause just super quick. So once again, we see a ceiling fan here. So we would have pre-wired and they installed this on their own, but right here, so beautiful view. I wish it wasn't hazy, but anyways, it's a beautiful view. So they decided to swap out what would have been the standard window in this location. And we went ahead and put a sliding glass door in this master bedroom so that they can access, of course, their backyard, but there'll also be a hot tub out here long term. So we wanted to be able to access the primary suite right from the outside for that purpose. So great addition to this space. And then beautiful lighting. I mean, if you love having a lot of natural light in your space, really can't go wrong with something like that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna transition back out into the dining room and kitchen area of this home. This is a great aspect of the plan because the primary suite is all the way over here. And now we're gonna make the trek all the way over to the bedrooms. So no shared walls there. Primary is gonna be nice and quiet. Kids sometimes are loud, believe it or not. So nice aspect. I'm a little
Adair Homes insulate interior walls.
Do we insulate interior walls?
Yes.
Is that what you asked? So Adair will not fully insulate the interior walls on the home, but it is something that customers can upgrade to. And this is something where you can designate exactly where you want it. So I'm working with a customer right now who works graveyard 2 days a week. And it was really important for her to have her bedroom a little bit more sound resistant. So we just added that interior insulation to the primary suite only, whereas some people will do the whole house. Completely up to you and what you'd like to see. Okay, this is where the pantry is. So we peeked at that pantry on the paper version of their plan. Unfortunately, we do not open it in this video, but this is where it is opening right into the kitchen. So we'll go down this hallway now. And so this is that half bath that we relocated to the end of the hallway. And so in this half bath, in the base price, you're going to receive the pedestal sink that we are seeing, the toilet, of course, you've got the light, the mirror, and the toilet paper holder. So that's all inclusive automatically in the base price of the home. Okay, we're going to transition down. And so on this side of the hallway, this is where those 2 bedrooms are. So the 2 bedrooms are closest to the front of the home. Really great size on these bedrooms as well. One thing I'll touch on, just because we have a beautiful view of it right here. When you go with the Craftsman exterior on our homes, these are the standard windows that come with that package. So these are an upgraded grid window that is included in the Craftsman exterior. So we get asked that a lot. Customer didn't pay extra for these. They just went with the Craftsman exterior, and that's automatically included.
So pretty.
And then the full wrap is always a nice touch. They did choose to upgrade all the carpet in their home. They wanted a little bit more high profile on that carpet, so it was soft under their toes. So this is an upgraded carpet in this space and in all the bedrooms. Okay, transition out, and we'll go into bedroom number 2. Nice hallway. Gonna have an attic access, and then you'll have a few crawl space accesses in the home, in the bases of the closets. And we'll typically try to do 2 crawl spaces because nobody wants to go into the house from one side to the other. We like to make it easy for you.
Was that an office or a bedroom?
So this is a bedroom. The closet, I believe, is tucked behind the door, so it's hard to see it. Closet's over here, but this is bedroom number 2. And then we're going to the secondary bathroom that exists in this hallway as well. So we've got the same countertops, but they did not choose to undermount these sinks. They kept them above. And this bathroom's always nice because you can't see it, but the bathtub and shower is behind this door. So this is always a great layout for kids because you could have a child in here taking a shower and the other kid can still be brushing their teeth. So just a great functionality there. And then we have that luxury vinyl plank, the tile look in this space as well. And then we carry that backsplash from the primary bathroom into this space as well. And then this is going to be that bonus room that we added. Well, didn't add, but we transitioned one of the bedrooms to be this bonus room that's at the end of the hallway. Great views from this room as well. There's that 80 acres out there in the distance. Great outlets on the plans as well. So here in a little bit, we'll run through start to finish, but always outlets are a great thing to have good conversations with your homeownership counselor. Do you want more outlets? Do you need specific outlets? Do you want the outlets higher for a TV? Do you need a hot tub outlet? So all of those different things. So can't go wrong with looking at those and maybe thinking about where they'd be nice to have.
Adair Homes also has electric EV outlets now for charging your electric cars.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and we can also go and assist you in going solar. So we can do all the infrastructure for solar panels as well and have a dedicated space in your panel to hook those all up. So trying to keep up with the times, which is great. So this is going to be that den space that's on the plan. So this is going to be this customer's office. there is just this interesting little space over here. She really wanted to keep some storage functionality in this area, but she has a unique door she's going to put in herself. So that's why we see it just all trimmed out, but no door currently present. So she had something from an old barn that she really wanted to see in that space. So we simply just set her up for success, and then they'll come in and install that custom door themselves. Okay, we're going to kind of come into this utility room over here. So really great size on the utility room. The customers did go with some additional cabinets over here to the side. So this is something where you can do just lower cabinets. You could do just a utility sink. You could do uppers and lowers. It just really depends on what you'd like to see and what your sort of design preferences are. So great functionality for folding clothes, this and that. And then we've got the HVAC unit over here on the right. So that's automatically going to be in the base price of our homes.
Sarah, can we put that in the garage?
The HVAC unit?
Yes.
So due to the energy code changes that took place last year, or was it earlier this year? Everything's a blur. So, okay. So energy code for Washington and Oregon did change last year, which prohibits us from being able to place that HVAC in the garage or in the attic. So that electric furnace has to be housed inside conditioned living space. So you can get creative with where you'd like to place it within the home, but it does have to stay inside the home and not in the garage. Okay, a few things I'll point out. So these customers decided to completely finish their garage. So in the base price of our homes, you're going to have a sheetrock with fire tape in the base price of the home. These customers wanted more of a finished look, so they completely insulated their garage, and they also added the texture to the walls. So a great aspect to have if you plan on spending a lot of time in your garage, if that's going to be a workspace or anything like that. And then naturally, given that these customers are in Ellensburg, it does get a little colder, so that was also important to them. Over here, we've got a freestanding utility sink that they wanted to go ahead and add. The husband is a hunter, and birds are not allowed in the house. So those have to get cleaned in the garage. We've got an 80-gallon heat pump water heater also in the base price. So we're seeing that here. And then these customers are on a well system. So this is a pressure tank loop to bring adequate supply into their house. Beautiful view. So here we are seeing the front of the home again, and then we're going to peek around to the exterior. So gorgeous patio cover on this house. So they made it a little bit bigger than what the sort of standard patio cover would be for this home. So this is a 20-foot wide by 12-foot deep patio cover.
Wow.
And then, yeah, it's beautiful. And then we've got that tongue and groove pine that I touched on earlier. So this is a great shot of what that looks like when you go with the Craftsman exterior.
What about underfoot? Under their feet, under that patio, what's going to be put there?
Oh, okay, that's a great question. So they did just do like little preliminary steps to be able to get into their home because of the counties will require that. Long term, this is going to all be concrete. So they're going to carry that concrete pad from their sliding glass door over to the outside side of this great room.
Does Adair Homes do that?
So Adair Homes will not have that automatically in the base price. So when we work with customers who are wanting finished concrete product with their home, we would acquire the bids for whatever you're looking to do, and we can wrap that finished concrete up into your project total, but Adair is not going to be the one that physically pours that concrete for you. Okay, septic tank, so that's here. These customers, as of course, are a little bit off grid, so we've got a well and a septic tank for their builds. Perfect. So what we can do now is we can go ahead and do you think we should look at the standard options, Brenda, or do you think we should play the video start to finish?
Why don't we ask our crew? What would you like, guys? Answer, question answer. Would you like to play this video straight through a little bit faster so you can see it without any stops? Okay, no one's answering, so I would say move on.
We'll move on. We can maybe come back if we've got enough time. We're just going to kind of pull up our standard features real quick. So we touched on what that house was sold with versus what customers are receiving in their homes today. So for Adair, the home is going to be really all-inclusive and move-in ready with the prices that you see online. There are just 3 items that are not in the base price of our homes. Okay, and those 3 items are your washer machine, your dryer, and your refrigerator. Okay, otherwise everything is all inclusive. So we've got our appliance package here on this side of the screen. So these are all going to be Whirlpool and they're all going to be in stainless steel. And these were the appliances that we touched on earlier that you can deduct from your home if you're wanting to see something different. And then garbage disposal comes in the base price. So that's a great aspect for a lot of our customers. We saw the pedestal sink. This is that plumbing. So like we touched on earlier, everything is brushed nickel in today's market. So your door handles, your plumbing, your lighting, it's all going to match throughout our homes. So this is going to be all of the brushed nickel that you get in the base price today. This is our lighting. So Brenda and myself touched on the lighting in the bathroom. So this is our new bathroom vanity here. And then much like Brenda mentioned earlier, if you've got 2 sinks in a bathroom, you're going to have one of these vanity lights above each one of the sinks. Okay.
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that ceiling mount light and the options available if the customer just doesn't like those?
Of course. So this ceiling mount light is typically found in the hallways of our homes and in the bedrooms of our homes. And so this is a style where a handful of customers love it and then a handful of customers don't. So with these ceiling mounted lights, they are an equal exchange for one LED can simulator light. So if you prefer the look of more of a flush can light, say in your hallways, you can exchange this ceiling mount light for a can light with no charge. Okay, and then naturally, if you're looking to do something in the bedrooms, you'll get one of those can lights as a replacement, no charge, and then depending on how many you want in that space, each of the others would just come at their price point. Dining room chandelier, like I touched on in this video, the customers that we just saw decided to just pre-wire for this unit. So that's how we have that other unique one in their home. And then naturally, we get asked a lot, do you have other colors? So yes, absolutely. So we can do lighting in oil rub bronze, we can do lighting in matte black. And then for those styles, we actually have a handful of styles, sorry, that customers can choose from when it comes to that lighting package. A few things I'll just walk through, breeze through. So naturally with appliances, we have what's in the base price, but then we've got upgraded packages if you wanted more appliances or say a higher end appliance for your home. So we do have a gourmet package that would come with 2 wall-mounted ovens, a cooktop built into your countertop, and that could either be gas or electric, your preference. And so we do have those appliances in Whirlpool, and then we also have them in KitchenAid as well. So then that would just be based on, you know, what you prefer. A few of them, like this dishwasher, has a vent on the front versus up on the top, which is always great. And then we're going to come through a handful of sinks, and then these are brand new, which is super exciting. So we did see the tub filler in the walkthrough of this home. So these are those freestanding tub fillers that come up and over the edge. And then these are pot fillers. So we've only had access to these, I would say, what, in the last 4 or 5 months? Yeah. So very exciting to be able to have those for customers to go above their ovens. And then naturally, we've got more of a sleek modern look, if that's what customers prefer, or more of a traditional look over here to this side. And then plumbing, I want to get to the lighting, but we'll pause here. So this is that fiberglass shower that's automatically in the base price on any home that is 2,000 square feet or above. That's really important for me to note, just because some of our smaller footprint homes don't have enough space in the bathroom to be able to house both units. So that's why that threshold is really set at about 2,000 square feet. This is very similar to the tub we saw in this home. And then naturally, it can also come in more of a square look as well. Okay, these are the lighting. So we looked at that standard brushed nickel lighting just a few minutes ago, but then we've got a few different styles, and these styles can come in the different colors based on what you would prefer to see in your house. So we have a contemporary style. We have a modern farm style, which is becoming pretty popular. So vanity lights over here, circular mounted lights here. And then naturally also contemporary or mid-century modern. So sorry, I always get those two confused. So mid-century modern here with all of the fun shapes and fun glass bulbs and all of that stuff. So definitely have a handful of options with Adair Homes. We're pretty flexible in what you can sort of swap out and pick and choose what you'd like to go with colors and all of that. We do have a few extra minutes. So what we'll do now is we're going to go ahead, we're going to watch this from start to finish with no pausing. But while we're watching it, please feel free to drop all of your questions into the Q&A section. And then when we are done watching this video in full, we will go ahead and answer all of those questions for you.
Turn on our lovely music.
Oh, we want, okay. I'll turn on the mic. Ah, peaceful.
Here we go. So peaceful.
Such a cute house. These customers are very happy with it. So that is wonderful.
I love it too. It's just, I love this open living area.
Mm-hmm. And every design pick she chose, they all look so good together. I know that's always a big worry for customers, and she knocked it out of the park.
There's a good shot of that tile.
Mm-hmm.
Really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with Subway.
Nope.
Classic.
You cannot. There's little squares in the bathroom, but they're pretty cute too. A nice little off gray. Such a great view to take in from the bathtub. I mean, there's no neighbors, so.
Not really. Did you say 80 acres?
Yeah, 80. Mm-hmm.
God, I would love to see some flat land like that in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Did they show that they didn't get a close-up of our foundation? Was it a flat foundation?
On this home, I believe so. I don't think we had any steps. We'll see it when we peek outside to the patio cover. But I want to say this was previous farmland.
Mhm.
So. So nice.
Oh, sorry. Come here. A nice neutral color that they painted the house.
Yeah, it's sort of just a beige taupe brown.
Yeah, it's nice. Do you know if they used Sherwin-Williams paint?
I believe they did, yeah.
God, that's beautiful out there.
I've driven by this house a couple times. They live pretty close to my cousins out there in Ellensburg.
That's a good shot of that 6-panel standard door.
There's that closet. Now you see it. Just hiding behind the door. They have the cutest little girl. She's 2 years old. She's so cute.
Drop your questions in, guys. We have one so far. Anything you might think of. Does not have to be about this video. Anything that you want to know about Adair Homes. Sarah, why did they decide to go with above mount sinks in that bathroom?
So at the time when we did this contract, when you went with granite or quartz, the undermount weren't automatic.
Oh, okay.
And so it was really important for them in their bathroom and in the kitchen, but for the kids' bathroom, she didn't have a strong preference. So
Saved a little bit of money.
yeah, whereas today we know if a customer goes with granite or quartz, they get the undermount automatic in the pricing.
So I guess while we're just finishing up this video, I do have a question. It's going to be challenging to answer, but Kathy would like to know what the completed price of this home is. So do you want to speak to how we price?
Yeah, so with this home, naturally, we started with the base price that we see on the website, and then these customers did go with a handful of custom options. So the reverse vault on their home was something we priced independently for this home, and a few other aspects like that pantry we touched on, and so on and so forth. And then this home was signed pre-pandemic. So naturally, with that pandemic, we did see prices go up. I would say everybody anywhere saw prices and goods go up. So these customers spent about 110,000 on all of their upgrades. So that 110,000 is inclusive of their flooring, their patio cover, the third bay, everything like that. So 110,000 on top of the base price of the home. So if you were to build this same house today, you are looking at a contract probably right around 550,000 for this home.
Thanks, Sarah. That was a good explanation. Ooh.
So stinking cute.
Mhm.
And if
There's-
you've ever been to Ellensburg, you know how much this just fits in.
Really? And it is a complete flat foundation. There are no steps.
Mm-mm.
So do customers have to pay sales tax?
Well, that's a great question. So for any customers in Washington State, yes. So this is a traded good. So sales tax is applied. When looking at the pricing on our website, sales tax is not present in those prices. And that is because we work in so many different counties and every county has a different sales tax code. So we pull that sales tax directly from your address for your property, and so that it's specific to yours. Naturally, anybody building in Oregon, no, there's not sales tax there. So it just depends on what state you're located in. But for Washington, yes.
Perfect. That was the only question.
Ah, well, I mean, it's a very common question. I mean, I think just about, yeah, we get that one a lot. I wish I could say no, but at the same time, Oregons pay more taxes on their paychecks, so who knows? So if anybody wants to get one, just sneak it in here in the last minute. Otherwise, if we do not see any more questions come through, we'll go ahead and wrap up and give everybody back the rest of their Tuesday. Thank you for joining today and watching as Brenda and I kind of walked you through this plan. How's it looking? We give everybody
No more
back.
questions. You just killed it.
Perfect. So we'll go ahead. We will set everybody free. Hopefully everybody has a great Tuesday and enjoys this last little bit of good weather before all the rain.
Thanks, everybody.
Yes.
Much appreciated.
Perfect. Thank you, Brenda, for helping me.
Bye.
Bye.